Good morning. Good Friday morning. Man, that was a week. Friday, August the 5th. Cinco de August. How you guys doing this morning? Nobody's here yet, Bob. How you guys on the replay doing? Yeah. Busy time of year. Lots going on. Lots to do. Trying to get things done before the end of the third quarter. Start the fourth quarter and get pointed for home here at the end of the year. How you guys doing? Pop in the chat. How you doing on a scale of 1 to 10? Good morning, Wendy. How are you? I know how you are. We have a good time, don't we? Yeah. Little married life. How's married life treating you? Guess what? Just the same as before, because we do it right. So, and that feels good. So, yeah, we get people on here on Instagram. Don't want to leave Mike Nunez hanging in the breeze. Going casual today with a t-shirt. Bunch of meetings later. It's a typical Friday. Yeah, things are busy. Now, how about that ticker I created? You think I'm down here just hanging around? I'm getting all jazzy with the techie stuff now, huh? How about that? Dave Howard is here with a 9-5 on a Friday. Dave, how did your procedure go with your knee? I don't know how long. Maybe it takes a while, probably, I imagine, but hopefully you're doing better. Hey, Tim, good morning. Tim Bartolini is here. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Dave. Do you have running in your future? We hate that pool running, don't we? You ever do that? I had to do that a couple times in rehab. Don't like the pool running. Seems like, what am I doing here? I'll just swim. Yeah. How you guys doing? Pop it in the chat. What's happening? Maybe walking next week. That's great. So are you non-weight bearing now? Or just cruising around? It sounds like quite a procedure. So Bill Gustafson, speaking of knee, Bill's getting his knee squared away here next month. So Bill, see what I mean? How fast time goes? Here we are staring down the barrel of getting that taken care of. So looking forward to that for you. Yeah, well, that's good, Dave. I'm glad to hear it. So glad you guys doing well. Whew, what's on your mind today? Anybody got a win they want to lay out to the group? Yeah, Bill, we're glad you're doing better. You see here, what's my stuff going on? I just want to check this out. Yeah, we wrapped up a series yesterday on presents, not Christmas presents, presents, and I think that went pretty well. And I think that dovetails nicely with what I'm going to talk about for the next several days, which is leadership. The specific title is called the Leadership Playbook. So I'm going to take 10 days and talk leadership because I think we're all leaders in our own way, right? Whether it's as a family unit or part of a team at work, a parent, friend group, whatever. Yeah, we're glad we keep you positive, Dave. But I want to talk today more specifically about an identity shift that needs to happen for you guys that have your own business or would like to at some point, or would like to take that next step. Even in your W-2, okay? It's called the identity shift. All right. From owner to operator is what I titled it. Okay. Just kind of, realizing that, you get to a point where you can't just grow your business or get to the next level simply by working harder. So, well, thanks, Dave. You got to do some things, right? There were times on jobs where I'm juggling projects and juggling clients and, as Steve said, I heard him say this week to a group we were meeting with, you guys probably do one thing really well and everything else shitty. Or maybe he said you suck at everything else. So whatever. And it wasn't far off, probably, right? We probably all think we're great at a bunch of things, but maybe that's not the truth, you know? Maybe we've been wearing every hat. And we realize that at some point, it's the old thing, right? The old saying, what got you here? Your work ethic, your ability to grind becomes the thing that holds you back. The other way to say that is what got you here won't get you there. Okay. So I wanted to talk about identity a little bit with regard to that owner operator mindset. Identity drives behavior. Think about it. You know, if you still see yourself as, you know, a carpenter, electrician, or I'm just a contractor. I'm just an old dumb contractor. You know, you're going to default to doing the work yourself instead of leading, right? You know, I'm just a truck driver. What if you saw yourself as saying and said it, I'm the CEO of the company, or I operate a construction company. Even if it's just you, am I wrong? You operate a construction company. Even if it's just you and you know, somebody holding, as my dad used to say, the dumb end of the board. You have to have that operator. Excuse me. You have to get away from that operator versus owner mindset of like, here's what the operator says: if I don't do it, it won't get done. Nobody does it like me. I'm tired of fixing everybody else's shit. Right? Okay. But if rather, as an owner, say, if I build the system and empower the right people, it gets done without me. Done is better than perfect. Remember that, right? Operators focus on tasks. Owners focus on things like vision, people, and systems. Okay. And this transition feels uncomfortable, guys. I've done it. It feels uncomfortable unless you're naturally suited to it. It wasn't terribly uncomfortable for me because I felt like that was where I belonged, right? And frankly, there were people in the field that knew a shit ton more than me about how things go together, and I was okay with that because I was good at getting work. Yeah, letting go of the tools or stepping back from the daily operations often feels like losing control at first, right? But the truth is you're kind of gaining control, aren't you? You know, you're gaining control of your business instead of being controlled by it. Good morning, Roy Dahl. Yeah, good to see you. There's a thing called identity anchors, okay? Start affirming and acting as the leader before it feels natural, right? Some examples, okay? Introduce yourself differently. Like I said, I run a construction company. Instead of, I swing a hammer. You know, good morning, Luke McGee. Luke's just an electrician. No, he isn't. There's a great example. Luke's done the work. Luke's gotten out of the field. Luke owns and operates an electrical contracting business. How do you think he introduces himself? Hey, I'm Luke. I'm an electrician. Probably not. Hey, I'm Luke. I own and operate Luke's Electric. It's different. Good morning, Aaron, Callie, and Pat Johnston. They're coming in now. Watch out. Yeah. Block time in your calendar for CEO tasks, guys. The things you're working on the business. Good morning, Victor. You know, vision, planning, leadership meetings, that kind of stuff. Even if it's just you, right? We're planning. When you're making moves, don't say, how does this work for today? How is this going to work in 3 to 5 years when there's a lot more people in the room? When I scale, when I grow, if that's what you'd like to do. And then ask yourself daily, am I acting like the owner or am I acting like the operator right now? And then adjust your behavior accordingly, okay? So guys, you know I always have a little homework for you. Write down 2 columns on a piece of paper. You could do it now, you could do it later. Right? Owner on one side, operator on the other. And list 5 things you do each day that are operator tasks and 5 things you do that you should be doing as the owner. So 5 things you do as the operator, and over here, 5 things you should be doing as the owner. It'll get very clear. You'll have a good visual on that. All right? Yeah, Wendy's popping the links in. How about my new ticker tape at the end of at the bottom? Isn't that pretty slick? Yeah, my comments showing up. We got it all going on. Only took 254 days. Yeah, so look at owner versus operator, guys. And then with those two columns, pick one operator task to delegate or systemize that week. Get rid of it, okay? Commit to spending that time on owner level stuff instead, okay? So two columns, owner on one side, operator on another. List 5 tasks you're doing as the operator and 5 you should be doing as the owner. It's the only way you're going to free up your time to do that, okay? So here's a closing thought quote for you. If you don't make the identity shift, you'll always be the bottleneck. The first step in becoming the leader of your business, the first step in becoming the leader your business needs is believing and behaving like one today. Okay. So as I was asking guys this week when we were meeting with a couple of different clients, what would the future you need you to do today? And go do that. Yeah. Cool. I hope that landed well with you. You don't have to be a business owner to want to be a better leader. Okay. It can happen in your work pod or group or team, your team leader, or if you're on a team, even if it helps you identify that you might be working with or for a poor leader, right? People don't leave bad companies. They leave bad leaders. So bad jobs, they leave bad leaders. They leave poor leadership. Okay. So how about that new ticker at the bottom? Pretty cool. Hey, if you're coming to Mach 5, post it in the chat. Aaron, you were asking me about it the other day. Pat Johnson, I think, is coming. Luke and Nikki. Roy's coming. Victor, I haven't seen your name pop up. I'd love to see you join us in Mach 5. That's in Houston, Texas, October 1st through the 3rd. It was the 1st through the 4th, but the 4th is for the elite VIPs. Those are gone. Okay. Sound like hotcakes over here. Wendy's popping in some links for hotel blocks. Okay. So we can get you straightened out. Fly into IAH, which is Bush in Houston. Okay. Come on up to Spring, Texas, which is just a whisker outside of Houston. So close that we just call it Houston. We got a great venue there. We got food trucks coming in to take care of cool lunches and dinners and that kind of thing. And it's going to be in the same venue that we do our 2-day takeoff event. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm really psyched about it. We've got great speakers. Probably the one I'm most excited to meet is Eli Wild, who is Tony Robbins' top closer. And this guy sold like $12.8 million from stage one day in an hour, like more than most people make in a lifetime. So he knows how to close. And that's part of the sales process. Yesterday on the DSA, we went over a 12-step sales process, and closing is part of that, right? Like we're on the phone for a reason. And we're not just talking to people shooting the shit. Hey, what you got for a job? Yeah, maybe I'll come over and take a look. Yeah, hit me up next week. Yeah, sounds good. No pressure here. You're not closing. Sounds like we're going to be moving forward. That's closing. Hey, it's geez, we've had a great conversation here. I mean, I floated out you guys want to call it a ballpark. You were okay with the ballpark price. I mean, let's say I come over and check things out and that everything aligns. Do you think we'll be working together? Guard your time. Okay. Guard your time. So there's hotel blocks in there. You're going to learn stuff like that when you come to Mach 5. Okay. Steve Rosenberg will be speaking a couple times. I'll be there. I think my slot is first off on day 2. So I'll be firing people up on day 2, talking about finding your edge and taking your seat at the table. Okay. I won't spoil it, but it's taking your seat at the table that everyone deserves. So I'll be talking about that. We've got a guy named Tony Flatham coming in, Jason Cisneros. Jason has has a company called Built to Exit, has exited over 26 different companies. Unbelievable lineup. We got Nick, Tony, and Adam from our marketing team coming in. These guys are straight savages when it comes to marketing. And they're young too. I'm like, how do you guys know so much? You're like 30. But they're doing it, and they've done it on a high level. So, and they're going to be in the room. They're going to be around. You know, like Jason said to Steve, do you mind if I just hang out for the whole event? I don't want to just speak and leave. So, and during his 30-year anniversary celebration of his own company, right in Houston. 1985 Mr. Universe Lee Labrada is going to be stepping away from that and coming over and spending some time with us to speak about how he built a $100 million company and almost bankrupted it twice. So one of them just recently during COVID. So these are some people that have done things. These are people that have done things on a high level. When I say high level, I'm talking 8, 9, 10-figure stuff, which is just cool to be in the room with these guys. They just think bigger. They think bigger. And I would challenge you, like, if you come, just say, listen, I'm here for one thing. I want one thing here that I can take back and make my own and change my business or change my job or change my family. And I'm okay with that. And lastly, I would say Bubba Hogan stepped up the other day and offered to help people if they had a financial constraint. Like, listen, if the difference for you is, maybe you can swing the hotel and the flight, but the ticket. So Bubba's got a couple set aside. If you got an issue, reach out to him. No shame in that. Say, man, I'd love to be there. And, if we hear that from somebody, we're going to try to make it happen for you somehow. Okay. But we need to know you want to be there. And I offered up, and I still have, I think, one left. To somebody if somebody's bought a ticket and didn't include a member of their team and they think it would be great for the member of their team and they want to cover the travel and lodging, hit me up, DM me, and I'll set you up with a ticket, a general admission ticket, of course. But yeah, we just want to make it so that people can enjoy it. This is the first year. We want to do it again after this. And it's a tremendous amount of heavy lifting to put an event on. I know. This is the third time I've been involved in it, both with 2 of my own Edge events and then on a smaller scale, and then being involved in this. And this event, so you guys can make me look good. This event was my idea. I called Steve from the airport one day and said, hey, we need to have an event conference. There seems to be a void. I know a lot of people are looking for a place to get together, particularly this fall. And let's make it happen. So we've put it out there. You don't make money on events. That's what everybody says. You break even. And I see the numbers on the back end, and I can tell you that's exactly what's happened. Hanging on by a thread, wanting to provide a great experience, but also not wanting to necessarily pay to do it. So, guys, October 1st, get to Houston. Also, we're stepping it up on the DSA calls and really bringing some good content coming up. Really coming in with fire, and we want people to engage. So if you're on our DSA calls, pop off the wall. I call them, not wall sitters, but wallflowers. Don't be a wallflower. You pay to be in there. Let's go. Hop in. Richard's in there a lot. Bubba's in there a bunch. Steve kicks down the door sometimes. I'll be on today for Free Will Friday. So if you want a link to grab a 7-day free trial to the what we call the Daily Sales Accelerator, let us know. You don't have to join the coaching community to be part of the Daily Sales Accelerator. If the coaching community is too big a step for you right now, hop in the DSA, what we call the DSA, and get to know people and get to getting better at sales every single day. So anyway, I'll stop banging on you on that. Guys, I hope you have a great weekend. I'll stop short of saying we're not hiking this weekend because that could change in 2 or 3 minutes and we could be climbing something. We did Mount Washington last, was it Sunday, Wendy? Yeah. So Dave Howard, I need mine to see the phone in general. Yeah. Yeah. Check out Schofield Sports Performance. Wendy's popping all of our paid sponsors, 0 paid sponsors. And also a good friend of ours who is a member of our school community, Lisa Petroselli, owns and operates Train Your Inner Athlete right in Westbrook, Maine. So if you guys are local, if you're around here, Wendy attended her class yesterday and came home sufficiently trashed. It was a strength class. And she said, I really liked it. So I imagine she'll go back. So if you want to check out, it's called Train Your Inner Athlete. Lisa is a wealth of knowledge in the movement field, right? Movement, exercise, training, fitness, nutrition, all of it. Okay. as is Stan at Schofield Sports Performance. So Bill says, will there be recordings for the people that go to Mach 5 to go back and look at? I don't know that it's being professionally done, Bill. That's a next level step production wise. So I know Alex is going. I think he's going, and we'd love to be able to get you there, but I don't know how that jives with your surgery. So I'll look into that, but I don't know that our video guy Brady is doing like a professional, like, hey, here's each talk. So, but we can look into it. I don't believe that we're going to be having anything that we would like sell after or provide for the attendees, but I might be wrong. Not at this level anyway. So anyway, you got questions, reach out. Guys, if I can help you, let me know. I appreciate you being on here every day. Today was day, I think, 254. I was thinking about that this morning, laying in bed going, man, we're going to be at day 300 sometime. I don't know what, mid-October. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. The year is getting chewed up, guys. If you got goals you haven't tackled yet, let's revisit them. But in the meantime, let's look at being a better leader. And as part of that, stepping into that identity shift, it'll take you from operator to owner. Okay. Tomorrow, we'll be back with another one, building this series out. I think these are going to be good little talks, good little, kind of jab in the ribs for you guys that are needing that kick in the ass, so to speak, to get to the next level and keep that stuff on your radar. So, all right, guys, have a great day. I will see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Take care.